Hi guys, it's Dawn. I thought it'd be fun today if we made a patriotic centerpiece. This is what I call like the Liberty Bell patriotic 4th of July centerpiece. Of course, you could use it on the 4th of July, Veterans Day, Memorial Day. And I know some people like to just, decorate in patriotic all year round. So let's do this together and I'll show you step by step. First, this is the bell that I'm going to be using. This one came from Hobby Lobby. I got this last year at Christmas time. Now Hobby Lobby does have a galvanized bell, which I will show you. I've done one of those as well. They have the galvanized bell all year round. And so you can get that, and make sure you get it when it's 50% off. Every other week they have 50% off, so just, you can save money hitting up those sales. So this one again is from Christmas last year. I'm going to, and I really hope that you can see, this is my first time using this mount for my camera, and I'm hoping that you can really see what I'm doing. The first thing I want to do is take off, okay, this isn't quite as easy as I thought it was going to be. There we go. Take off this piece. We don't need it. So we're going to use some foam. This is just some extra foam that I had. Some people like to use gaps and cracks. I'm not really a fan of that. So I like to use this really dense foam, this green foam. And basically what we're going to do, I kind of have it cut, and it doesn't have to be cut perfectly, anything at all. I just really wanted to have it cut so it fits into this space well. Let's see. There, I think. Okay, and I'm going to use hot glue to put this on. I always use Gorilla Glue. I'm just going to stick it in place. This is the Gorilla Glue that I use. And then we're going to put the other side on also. I am at my dining room table. This is not where I normally do centerpieces, so I did put a piece of cardboard down just to protect my table. I just need to hold this in place just for a couple minutes, make sure that it sticks good. Okay, so the first thing that I want to put on here is some greenery. I have this bush, which I got at Hobby Lobby. Again, you can get these 50% off every other week. This is one of my favorites from Hobby Lobby. And then the other one, and you don't have to do two, I just like the look of two. I think it gives more texture and contrast. This one, I believe is from Craft Outlet, but I could be wrong. So I'm planning on using these two together, and we won't use all of it, just a little bit of it. So I'm going to take my wire cutters, and these wire cutters are kind of overkill. I need to get a smaller pair, but I haven't. So, whatever you might have laying around wire cutter wise that you could use, or maybe scissors. Some good scissors. I think I'm going to try to use 3 pieces. So we'll just cut off 3 pieces of each. And as you can see in this one, like with this, I was able to push these pieces up. You can't do that on this one, and that's okay. So I think what I'm going to do is cut right there and get 2 pieces off from there. And I'll do the same here. I think I'll cut it maybe right there. Okay. Oh, first, before I do that, I actually want to put on some Spanish moss onto this just to cover this up. I'm not so much concerned about the top because I know for sure the top will be covered up, but just in case if you can see any edges around the bottom, I want to put some Spanish moss on there. I'd really prefer to put green Spanish moss on there, but I only had brown. So we will use what I have. And I'm going to hold it in place with floral pins. You can get floral pins at Hobby Lobby. I got these on Amazon. I'm sure Walmart has them. Some people even like glue their Spanish moss into place. It is messy. It is very messy. So you don't need a lot. I'm just going to wrap it around there and push up and in with my floral pins. And again, doesn't have to be perfect. You're really probably not going to see this much at all. This is just going to kind of cover up anything that we don't get covered with other things. Need a little bit more. Okay. So now you can see that I pretty much got all of it covered. And this, I have to get rid of this mess. So back to doing our greenery. Now normally I make these to sell. I make lots of centerpieces to sell, and I would normally pick the end of these, but I'm not going to do that today. And in case you're wondering what picking the end means, it's like this, where you're putting this steel pick on the end, which makes it super easy to put it into the foam. But I want to show you how you can do it even if you don't have a pick machine. So basically, we just want some of this to kind of be trailing off the edge, going down. We kind of want the greenery to be going down. And let's alternate. Let's just alternate pieces here. Actually, I think I want a longer piece. On the bottom part, I want longer pieces. And you know what? And I do want them to be kind of across from each other, but I don't want them exactly across from each other. So I'm going to put this one kind of at a diagonal from the other one. Okay. And again, I am across from the other one, but I want to put this one slightly over a little bit. Now, if you are using this just for your own home display, you don't need to put hot glue in those places. I'm going to go ahead and put hot glue in these because I'm not sure. I very well might keep this and just use it for myself. But just in case if I'm going to sell it, I need to make sure that those are securely in place. So I'm just adding a little hot glue in those places. Okay, I still have a few more pieces and I have lots more greenery, but let's hold off on these and let's do our bow. So these are the colors of the ribbon that I have chosen for the bow. I have a 4-inch red with white dot, and then I have this red, white, and blue really patriotic ribbon. I like to use 4-inch ribbon. I don't know, there's just something about that that I think looks amazing. And I like to pair it with a smaller ribbon. So in this case, it would be a 2.5-inch ribbon. I have this ribbon in my shop, in my Etsy shop, which I will put a link in the description. I also have these two patriotic ribbons in my Etsy shop as well. So all of those are available. So if you have ever made a bow before, you might want to skip over this part because I want to try to explain this so that anybody who, anybody can make it. Even if you have never made a bow before in your life, I want you to be able to make this. And what I'm going to use, I'm going to make this very as simple as I can. So, this isn't necessarily how I would normally make these, but you need some ribbon and you need Chanel stems, pipe cleaners. I think I used these on my Christmas tree last year. So, repurpose. Okay, so this 4-inch ribbon. I like big bows. And so what I'm thinking of with this ribbon is I'm thinking of the tail. How long do I want the tail to be? So I'm hoping that you can see this. Maybe not. Okay, so we're going to just gather it. I've got a nice long tail and we're going to gather it, okay? And then you can see the ribbon wants to naturally go this direction. Okay, so I've got a nice big loop. Okay, and then I'm going to pinch that together. And then I'm going to, underneath, I'm going to twist my ribbon and make the second loop. And you want your loops to be about the same. I mean, they don't have to be perfect, right? About the same. And then you're going to twist it again underneath, having everything in the center here. Your fingers are holding everything. You're going to twist it again so that this end of the tail is going in the right direction. And then we're just going to cut it off. Okay, and now we're just going to put a pipe cleaner in the center and twist it tight on the back. So here we have our bow. And that gives you an idea as to how big this bow is going to be on here. Actually, I think I'm going to redo my my phone here so that you can see this better. So hold on just a minute. Okay, so I think that I have the camera adjusted a little bit better so that you can see easier. I want you to be able to see all of it, and I've never used this mount for my camera before. So anyways, you can see the bow that we just made, and here is our bell, and you can see it is nice and big, exactly the look that I was going for. So that's the 4-inch ribbon. Now we need to do the exact same thing with the 2.5-inch ribbon, and we can use this bow as kind of a guide for our 2.5-inch ribbon. So here is our 2.5-inch ribbon. Get another Chanel stem. And again, you can just use this as a guide like on our last bow. So you have your tail width and then you're going to pinch it, okay? And again, the ribbon is naturally going this way. So we want it to be a little bit smaller than our 4-inch ribbon. And I like that. That's pretty good, okay? So we got everything pinched right in the center and we have one loop. Okay. So now we're going to twist and do the same thing on the other side. And again, you can just kind of match these up to make sure that they're about the same. And again, we have everything pinched right here in the center. And then because, see, our ribbon is going this way, we need to turn it. We need to twist it back this way. And then we'll just cut it off. So essentially we have our bigger ribbon and we have our smaller ribbon. And you can see how pretty that is together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my other Chanel stem to put these two together. And I'm just twisting tightly on the back. All right. And before we go any further, I want to dovetail these. So to dovetail them, you just put your two ends together and then you cut up, okay? And we're going to do that to all 4 ribbon ends. So let's go ahead and see how we want to position this bow on here. I like the fact that the loops are going in opposite directions so you can see all of your beautiful bow. And we'll work on the tails here in a little bit, but right now I'm just looking at my loops, okay? I really like it right there, and I'm going to put it right in the center of my bell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut off these pieces. You still want, you know, your bow secured, right? I didn't cut any of that off. I'm just going to kind of push it to the side. And I am going to put some hot glue right on the center. Okay. Be careful not to burn your fingers. Man, I have done that a million times. And I'm just going to put it in the center and I'm going to hold it there for just a minute. I'm also going to secure it with some of these floral pins. So basically I am just going to take, let me see. I want to basically get this in through the fabric and push it down in, but I want to do it in the center, as close to the center as possible of my bow. Oops. Just keep in mind you got hot glue there too, so don't get your fingers in that. I'm going to do it on the other side as well. And I think I'm just going to go in like at the bottom, under the bottom ribbon. You know what? This is a little bit too long, so I am just going to cut off. Just cut it off a little bit with my wire cutters. Okay, so now I feel confident that that is actually on there good. We've got hot glue and we've got the floral pins in there. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. We have our bell, we put in some greenery, we have our big, beautiful bow. Okay, now we want to embellish this a little bit. Let me show you the different things that I have to embellish it with. And what I do when I'm designing, I'll bring a lot of different things to the table that I might want to use. You can use ornaments, Christmas ornaments, all colors, red, white, and blue. I also have these stars, and I actually have a heart, which is from Valentine's Day, but you could still use it because it's the right colors. So these all came from Hobby Lobby. Of course, these were 4th of July. This was Valentine's. So we have those. And then I also have some flowers. So I like to bring lots of options to the table with me to decide what I want to use. Because I have so much red in here, I think I really want to go more blue and white with my embellishments. So I have some really pretty blue flowers, which I got from Hobby Lobby. I have these white flowers, which I got from, oh, these came from Michael's. Some more blue flowers, which came from At Home. And then these are just some extra flowers that I had. So let's see. Let's see what we want to do. I think I want, let's play with it a little bit and see. I think I want to try one of the blue flowers too. So I'm just going to cut off one of those. Ooh, I like that. Okay. So I really like that blue flower being in the center. Now let's see what else. We have, like on this back space here, we are going to secure this in place. But right now we're still just kind of designing where we want to put everything, getting an idea. We could put a red flower here, which, we'll see. I mean, I do like that. Let's try. Also have this white flower. You know, I kind of like the blue and the white flower. Let's do it. This white flower I already have picked, so let me just see if I can just put that in there. See how easy it is to put it in there when you have it on a pick? Okay. Now this one we don't have picked, so we're just going to glue this right into place. And you can see about how long I have my stem on here. I don't want it super short and I don't want it really long. I just kind of want it so that the flower will sit on top and not squish anything. So I am going to put some glue on the bottom. And I'm just going to kind of set it in there, making sure that it gets attached to the other things and let it dry. I really like these things. I think that I need to find a place for them. I don't want to use all of them, but we need to use some of them. And the other thing too is we also have other flowers, some smaller flowers. I brought these and I do have these. So, you know what? Let's do, I'm thinking the blue. Let's try it. You know, if you put them on there and you don't like it, then you just take them right back off, right? It's no big deal. That's why we don't glue everything right away. We just kind of first lay it out and see if we like them or not. See, we can have them kind of coming out from underneath like we do the greenery. Yeah, I like having that coming out. I feel like it needs to come down a little bit. I think I want to put it underneath here. And again, just still sticking it into that styrofoam. You can see that it's underneath, and that's good. You want stuff kind of peeking out. Okay, let's get another one. And so we have it on this side, so now we want to go to this side, opposite. And what if we put it so it's more visible. Oh, I like that. Yep. Can you see it? Okay. So let's add those in. Now I'm gluing. Just taking it out, putting some glue on it, and then putting it right back in where I had it. All right, let's try some of those white ones. I like the flowers that just kind of come out and drape down. Let's see if we want to add some of the white in. Let's see. As you can see, I have it peeking out again, but it just feels like it's too long. So I'm going to cut it down further. I do like it. All right, let's add one more in, see if we can add it to the other side. Generally, what you do to one side, you do to the other. That's not always the case, but you know, you do want that symmetry. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Yep, I like it. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take it out and glue it in. And again, if you're doing this, you know, just for your own home project, you don't need to do all this gluing because you may want to tear it apart at some point and make something different with those items. If you use that green styrofoam, it really keeps it in place nicely. Okay. So now we need to decide, are we going to add more flowers? Or are we going to add those ornaments? It's kind of these extra details that really add to it. I like that. And the other thing you kind of want to look for is, do you have holes anywhere? I kind of feel like there's a hole right there. I don't know if you can see it. I think I would like to have something in there. Now this is a good place for an ornament or another flower. Let's see. I could put, actually, take this off. Oh, I really like that red flower there. Because I like it because it's the red, blue, white. Yep. This one is going to be a little bit tougher because it is so thick. So let's see if I can get that in here. So I really can't very easily, but what I can do is I can take a screwdriver and kind of just make a hole there, and then it fits into that space much better. Okay, so now I can go ahead and put my glue on it. Just want to kind of hold that in there for just a second. And this flower is kind of going down, and I like that. I like that they're all in a little bit of a different angle. I think that adds dimension as well. And we have our white, these are, it's got just a tiny bit of beige to it, but underneath we kind of have those coming out. I think that's really pretty. We also have our greenery in here. And that's the other thing we could do. We could add in a few more pieces of greenery on the top. We'll see what that would look like. Oh, I kind of like that. Adding that greenery back in. Yep, I like it. Okay. This I haven't decided what I'm going to do with yet, so I'm going to hold off on that. But I do like this greenery. So let's just add that back in. Or add that in, I guess. Now, with your tails, you can decide how long you want them. You can kind of work at them so they go more at an angle instead of just straight down. This one, I just feel like this one is still too long, so I'm going to cut it shorter. Oop. So just kind of use your eye to see what you think looks best. Have this long tail. I like it. Okay, so we have our big beautiful bow. We have some flowers, some greenery, and I still have this hole right here that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with. So going back to what I have. No. What happened to my, here we go. I don't like it. Here's where it's just, you know, it's just all personal preference. Design is all about what you think looks pretty, what you think goes well together. So, you know, use whatever you have at your house. If you like doing crafting, I know you have lots of stuff laying around because I do. We tend to go into all of the craft stores, buy stuff, and then just have it just in case if we're ever going to use it, right? All right. I'm really not sure that I even really like that. No. Originally I thought that I had, you know what? This is on a pick, so, oh, pick just came out. Okay, that's okay. When your pick comes out, just put it back together and glue it. Sometimes those picks just don't get on there tight enough. What I'm going to do, once this dries, I don't want to burn my fingers, but once it dries, I'm going to just reposition it. And that's the nice thing about having them on picks, because you can easily take them out of your styrofoam and reposition them to where you want them. And I really wanted this more. Ugh, trying to find the styrofoam here. Yes. Kind of want them more together there. And now my hole that I have is more underneath. So let's see what we have. Now I like that. That's cute. I like that it's peeking out underneath there. I like that one. A lot of times I will put ornaments in these, but today I am just not feeling those working very well. I like the heart. I think I'm going to use the heart. So I'm going to glue that into place. I like that it's just kind of peeking out. And this is a great way for you to use things from other holidays. You know, hearts from Valentine's, they're the same color. You can use the ornaments, you know, from Christmas, and you can just kind of reuse your items. Get your money out of them. Okay, hopefully that'll stay in place. Okay. So this is really what I would consider to be the front of the bell. And I love it. It's so pretty. And then the back is also pretty. Okay. So there we have it. I will take some pictures of this so that you can see it better. I actually have the other bell available for sale on my Etsy shop. If I didn't say that already, I can't remember. It is more in the Americana. It is the beige, the blues, and the reds, whereas this is more red, white, and blue. So I hope this has been inspirational for you. I hope you'll give this a try, and I'll see you next time. Bye.